you're ready, just let me know what you'd like to discuss or any questions you have in mind.
Today we discuss with the ChatGPT discuss how to develop a reading habit and expand your mind. So my first question for ChatGPT: why is reading important for
That's a
our
great
mind?
starting question. Reading is important because it helps expand your knowledge, enhances your vocabulary, improves focus and concentration, and even boosts empathy by letting you see the world through different perspectives. Plus, it can be a great way to relax and unwind.
How can reading help us learn new things?
Reading exposes us to a wealth of information, ideas, and perspectives that we might not encounter otherwise. It helps us learn new concepts, gain insights from experts, and even develop critical thinking skills as we analyze and reflect on what we read. Over time, it broadens our understanding and keeps our minds active and engaged.
What is the best time to read every day?
The best time to read really depends on your personal schedule and when you feel most alert and focused. Some people prefer reading in the morning as it sets a positive tone for the day, while others find it more relaxing to read at night before bed. Ultimately, it's about finding a time that fits comfortably into your routine and allows you to enjoy and absorb the material.
How can we choose the right book for ourselves? ChatGPT can you hear me? Hi ChatGPT, can you hear me? Hi ChatGPT. ChatGPT, are you here?
Absolutely. It's all about what works best for you and what makes reading a habit that you look forward to. If you have any other questions about building reading habits or anything else, just let me know.
Why should we start with small books at first?
Absolutely. Starting with smaller books or shorter articles is a great way to build momentum and confidence. It makes it less overwhelming and helps you develop a consistent reading habit. As you get more comfortable, you can gradually move on to longer and more complex texts.
How many minutes should we read every day?
You're very welcome. If you have any more questions or need more tips along the way, just let me know. Happy reading.
How many minutes should we read every day?
Reading every day can definitely be beneficial, even if it's just for a short amount of time. Consistency helps build the habit and keeps your mind engaged. Even a few pages a day can add up over time. So it's definitely a good practice to incorporate daily reading into your routine.
What can we do to stay focused while reading?
To stay focused while reading, you can try creating a quiet, comfortable space, limiting distractions like your phone, and setting a specific reading goal or time. You can also try breaking your reading into shorter sessions and taking breaks in between. Over time, these habits can really help you maintain focus and get the most out of your reading sessions.
How can we make reading a daily habit?
To make reading a daily habit, you can start by setting a specific time each day dedicated to reading, even if it's just 10 or 15 minutes. You can also keep a book handy so that whenever you have a spare moment, you can dive in. Setting goals like finishing a chapter a day and tracking your progress can also help you be motivated. And of course, choosing books that genuinely interest you will make it easier and more enjoyable to stick with it.
Why is it helpful to set reading goals?
One effective way to set reading goals is to start with clear, achievable targets, like reading a certain number of pages or chapters each day a week. You can also set longer term goals, such as finishing a book per month. It helps to track your progress, maybe in a journal or an app, and celebrate small milestones to keep yourself motivated. And don't forget to be flexible. Adjust your goals as needed to keep it enjoyable and sustainable.
What happens when we read different types of books?
When we read different types of materials, it can really broaden our perspective and keep things engaging. For example, fiction can boost empathy and imagination, while nonfiction can enhance our knowledge and critical thinking. Mixing genres and formats like articles, essays, or even audiobooks can keep the habit fresh and help us learn in diverse ways. It also helps maintain our interest and motivation.
How does reading improve our vocabulary?
Reading definitely plays a big role in developing our critical thinking skills. It encourages us to analyze information, question assumptions, and make connections between different ideas. It also helps us see multiple perspectives and build a more nuanced understanding of complex topics. Over time, these habits can really sharpen our ability to think critically and solve problems more effectively.
Why is it good to write down what we read?
Writing down what we read helps reinforce our understanding and retention. It allows us to reflect on key points, clarify our thoughts, and even ask new questions. It also creates a valuable record that we can revisit later, helping us connect ideas over time. Plus, it can enhance our analytical skills and make the reading experience more active and engaging.
Why is it good to write down what we read? And how can reading reduce stress?
Writing down what we read helps reinforce the material in our memory, encourages deeper reflection, and can also spark new ideas or insights. It turns passive reading into an active learning process. As for stress reduction, reading can be a great aid gate, offering a mental break from daily stresses. It helps us get absorbed in different worlds or perspectives, which can calm the mind and reduce anxiety. Plus, it can slow down our thoughts and promote relaxation, making it a wonderful tool for unwinding.
Okay, what is the role of a reading environment?
The reading environment plays a huge role in how effectively we can focus and enjoy our reading. A quiet, comfortable space with good lighting helps minimize distractions and keeps us engaged. Things like a comfortable chair, minimal noise, and even a tidy space can make a big difference. A positive environment not only helps with concentration, but also makes the reading experience more enjoyable and sustainable.
How do mobile phones affect our reading habits?
Mobile phones can definitely be a double-edged sword when it comes to reading. On one hand, they give us easy access to ebooks, articles, and reading apps, which is super convenient. On the other hand, notifications and distractions can break our focus and make it harder to get immersed. So managing phone usage, like turning off notifications or using dedicated reading apps, can really help create a more focused reading experience.
Why is it good to join a reading group or club?
Joining a reading group or club can be really beneficial because it adds a social element to reading. It gives you the opportunity to discuss ideas, share different perspectives, and deepen your understanding of the material. It also helps keep you motivated and accountable, and it can make reading more enjoyable and engaging. Plus, it's a great way to discover new books and expand your reading horizons.
How can we remember more from what we read?
To remember more from what we read, we can try a few strategies. Taking notes as we read helps reinforce key points. Summarizing what we've read in our own words can also boost retention. Discussing the material with others, like in a book club, can deepen understanding. And revisiting the material periodically, whether through reviews or rereading, can help reinforce what we've learned. Also, connecting new information to what we already know can make it easier to remember.
What should we do if we get bored while reading?
If you start feeling bored while reading, it can help to switch things up a bit. You could try a different genre or author to keep things fresh. Setting smaller, manageable reading goals can also help maintain your interest. Taking breaks and coming back with a fresh perspective can make a big difference. And sometimes pairing reading with something enjoyable like a cozy setting or a cup of tea can help you keep you engaged. Ultimately, it's all about finding what works best for you and keeping the experience enjoyable.
Why should we celebrate when we complete a book?
Celebrating when you complete a book can really reinforce the reading habit and give you a sense of accomplishment. It helps keep you motivated and makes the whole experience more rewarding. Plus, it's a great way to acknowledge your progress and encourage yourself to keep going. It can also be a fun excuse to reward yourself with something you enjoy. So, keeping the momentum